Good morning. It's Thursday. Happy Thursday. Oh man, I'm just not where I usually am. I'm in a car park in the centre of Dublin. Sorry, I was just manoeuvring there. That was quite awkward. I have got a very long car. So yes, I'm been at the conference, SREcon. Technically, this is day 2, but I'm going to Dundrum at the moment. Yeah. So my laptop is broken. I don't know what happened. I do know what happened. I was on call and I had it rested on me when I was lying in bed, and I fell asleep and it fell from the bed to the floor. But it was on its side. It was sort of a jarring action. Anyway, the screen won't come on. I was assuming it was just maybe the screen connection, but when I put an external screen on, still wasn't getting a screen. So yeah, it's a bit of a mess. Now, where's the exit here? I'll keep going. But yeah, still in the car park here. I'm not very good with multi-storey car parks. I got the wrong floor and everything, you know. I thought my car had gone missing today. I was looking at the ground floor and I needed to look at the first floor. So it's sort of funny, really, in a way. I found the exit. Here we go. Oh man! But yeah, I'm right near the Liffey, right near the convention centre in Dublin. It's booked in at 10 o'clock. I used Apple's lovely website to book a slot, so that that's what you have to do if you want it looking at, if you want it servicing. I'm just coming out onto it's a side road, going to go onto the main road there in a moment. Google Maps doesn't have a clue where I am. It thinks I'm going sideways, I think, at the moment. So Google Maps is saying 32 minutes, 8.8 kilometres. I was hoping the commute would be dying down now. I booked in for 10 a.m. It's now 9:15. They'll give me a bit of time to get to this place for 10 and give it them and see what they're gonna do. What can be done. It is a problem that I've only got one laptop. I'm on call at the moment, so my manager's over from California, so he's rearranged the on call for me, so that certainly for this morning anyway. So I'm not going to get hit with calls that I could do nothing about. Not quite sure what I'm going to do without a laptop. This is sort of a big problem. I have a Windows laptop in the house, but that's not really set up to do what I need to do with. So I'm not sure. I mean, I can't install anything on the Windows laptop. It's locked down, so it's not really any use. So I'll get this fixed, I suppose. I mean, I can get second-hand refurbished MacBook from a few years ago. I can get one of those now, and they'd be like a few €100. I'll have a weekend on call. Depends how long it's going to take to get this fixed, I think. We'll just have to see how long. Yeah, it's a bit of an annoyance now, but you know what? I'm sort of not surprised. I always felt there was always a risk it would break, and you know, it was 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning actually, but and I fell asleep, and as I fell asleep, it just fell off the bed, which is a bit rubbish. But anyhow, so interesting evening in the hotel. I had a meal with my manager in the Ginger Man pub. It was extremely crowded. Food was alright. Pub food at the end of the day, but he's come over from America. You know, I thought he'd want a bit of the old Irish grub sort of stuff. I think he enjoyed it now. And that was nice. And after, back to the hotel, I had a bit of wine in the bar, and there'd been a wedding on somewhere. There was a party in the reception. I'm not a big fan of weddings, funny enough. And one of the wedding party was buying drinks. Obviously a little bit drunk now, not overly, but just he was all right, you know. And he starts talking, doesn't he? Oh man, and does he start talking? And yeah, so one of those situations when someone's, you know, a few drinks on, their emotions are heightened, aren't they? So it was a case of plumossing, going along with him a lot, really. And I mean, the rest of the wedding party were there. They were all starting to leave, though. As I found out later on, they'd been there since around 12:30, 1 o'clock, I think they'd got there. And they'd been drinking all day. All day. This would be in the midnight nearly, I think. But I was trying to find a suitable moment just to go to bed and get offside, you know. I'm not saying he had gangland connections or anything like that, but oh, how did I get in that situation? I certainly didn't want to upset him, let's put it that way. And I didn't, I was fine, so he went to the toilet and I went to bed. I think it was a good deal now. I could probably do a complete episode about the conversation. Once I gather my thoughts together, I was, you know, I wasn't frightened. But when you talk to someone and it's the centre of Dublin, and I mean, you know, he obviously had a lot of money, an expensive suit on and watch and stuff, you know, and it is interesting finding out about somebody, and you know, because he was a bit drunk, he pretty much told me everything, including where he hid all his cash. Yeah, oh man. So it was quite an evening. Needless to say, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? So I should be at the conference this morning, but as the laptop's not working, that's the priority for me at the moment. So I'm going to Dundrum. We don't have Apple stores in Ireland, in the Republic. It's a little known fact. I'm not really too sure why we don't. It's not clear to me. It's some sort of deal they have. They don't have the retail channel, shall we say, here. Which I find it's very strange now, but they've got a reseller in Dundrum, one that I know where I've been in a few times, and you book it in online on the Apple website, and away you go. So yeah, I'm going to do that now. I've actually took a wrong turning on Google Maps. I'm sure it'll fix it for me. It's all over the place. There's quite tall buildings, this part of Dublin. I'm sort of just over the Liffey now from the FSC. So obviously it's going a little bit crazy. The sat-nav, it doesn't have a clue where I am. Doesn't have a clue. Technology, yeah, you'd have it. Well, I sort of know where I'm going, I think. Let's see where it thinks I am. I'm not there, am I? Yeah. Oh man, so have I took a wrong turn in here? I have, yeah. And there's no way I can get down that road. No way at all. I'll just keep going this way. Oh, the sat-nav is really going crazy now. Such a nice little shortcut I took by accident. Not like me to be lucky now. I wouldn't consider myself that lucky. Last night, ended up with your man next to me. I didn't know what he was going to go down. And like all his family was there, and they're all ignoring him. You know, I suppose because he's a bit drunk as well. Oh man, telling me what they all thought of him, and all the money he had and what he did with his money. Man, it was scary, you know. If I'm honest. I think I handled it well. I wanted to go along with him, so he didn't, you know, get angry or anything with me. Such a wuss, aren't I? But it was very interesting anyway. You know. When you start to mention a few of these gangland leaders, you start getting a bit concerned, you know. But anyway, so I'm now, I don't know where I am actually. I'm coming up to Sandwith Street. It's a funny name, it's Sandwith. It's not Sandwich, Sandwith. I'm going under a little bridge. Ooh, I think that's where the train line, the Dart and the commuter goes. I have to say I'm very thirsty this morning. Was that wine last night? I was having some coffee. It's cold coffee from 3 days ago. And yeah, definitely loses its flavour after a few days, alright. I'll get something in Dundrum. 20 minutes, 7.5 kilometres. So I'm going to get there at 20 to 10. It's a bit of a zigzag route I'm going on, and I'm not sure if that's because I took a wrong turn or not. But I'm moving anyway, I'm not stuck in traffic. That's the main thing, isn't it? Yeah, just had a look what's around me. It's just buildings. There's nothing of note really. There's an office block over there. I don't know who they are. The Square Ball. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think that's a pub. Yeah, it's a pub. I can see it just in front of me. The Square Ball. Yeah, that's an interesting concept now, isn't it? Holles Street. I'm on Holles Street. That's where I am. Yeah. Well, it crosses this road, I think. Yeah. Dublin 2, according to the sign. Which must mean I'm on the south side of the Liffey here, so that's why it's an even number. Boom. Quite a few people about now going around the business. It's not very warm today. I got my jacket, but I hopefully won't be spending too much time out. We have a hurricane arriving today, actually. The warning started at 9 o'clock for high winds, but there's no high winds at the moment. There's a flag on the roof of a building in front of me, and it's flapping a little bit, but you wouldn't be too concerned now. But yeah, so it's Hurricane Lorenzo heading for Ireland. I think the west of Ireland is going to get it worse. I think they're going to be it's going to be wind and rain. Is what they're going to get. But cyclist, or knock a cyclist over. We all seem to be doing this, drivers now, nearly knocking cyclists over. Please don't take it personally, cyclist. It's just you're a very small target. Okay. Yeah, it's a little side road it took me up. It was a bit of a surprise. Okay. What's road is this now? What's that? International something. International Protection Office. I don't know what that is. Protection, international. There's a few people in suits around anyway. Health research boards in front of me. I can probably guess at what they do, but is it a private company, I wonder? If it's a board, does that mean it's a council? It's public money? Okay, nearly went on the wrong side of the road there. That could have been messy. Okay, whew. It's an interesting little route. It's pretty much plain sailing now, straight road. Just passing the passport office. So would this be Molesworth Street? I don't think you go into the passport office anymore. I think that's the thing of the past. Very rarely do you go in. I think it's going to be all done online now and in the post office. You send off the application, whoosh, and off it goes. I don't have an Irish passport because I'm not an Irish citizen. And I have to become an Irish citizen to get one. We'll do an episode about that, I think. So it's not something I wouldn't get my passport from there. It's actually Belfast where I get my passport from, which is in the north, of course. Okay, so I'm heading south. There's a pub that I can't. It's not got the pubs on this on Google Maps. What are they trying to tell me? So to the left, I've got the Ryan's Beggar's Bush just around the corner. And I've just stopped outside the panel, and that looks familiar now. The panel, and that's some sort of market research thing, I think. It's a really nice house. It's like Edward, Northumberland Road is the road I'm on according to that sign. But it's a really nice house with steps running up to it, and yeah, it looks lovely now. Well kept. So it's quite an expensive part of Dublin, maybe. There are houses on the other side of the road. There are cars in the drive, so they're not going to work today, I guess. Unless they work from home, Or maybe they've got a van do you use? They're driving the van, Could be that. Yeah, the panel. Okay, just moving slow. There's something on the wall there, what am I reading? Michael Malone? I'll have to look that up. Yeah, it's a house that's got a sign on the outside. So this was the home of, I think, Lieutenant Michael Malone? I'm not sure, but certainly Michael Malone. Doesn't ring any bells straight off the bat, but Yeah, I might do some research now. So I'm coming up to the Italian embassy on the right hand side apparently. I don't know how big a deal embassies are really when you're in Europe. Oh, they've got the big EU flags outside. Must have been, this is Embassy Row obviously. All the embassies are here. Don't know what that is on the left, that's a big building. Lansdowne House. WRC. Interesting. Okay, we're still moving, which is good. Moving quite well actually. I think do I want to go at 11 or R815? What's it saying? Is this R815? R118. I wonder what that one, do I? The US embassy's just there on the right hand side. Oh, what a weird building. It's round. It's got a big gold eagle and flag emblem on the side. God bless America, everyone. Yeah, nice. Looks lovely. Just see where it's taking me now. Making sure I'm in the right lane. Yeah, the United States. That's a round building. Looks like a 1970s design. And of course, what's the gig? It's American soil, is it? Under the embassy. I suppose, but did they carry guns in there, I wonder? I suppose they might do, but it's probably one of the safest embassies in the world, isn't it? I doubt that there's much going down there. I don't know about this junction. I think I'm gonna miss the turn in here now. Made a mistake again. Well, the lane was huge. Oh man, that's a mistake. Chaser, as they say it. It was the N11 I was going down. It's not a good day today, is it? Missed another turning. Jesus. Look at all the cars going down there. It's a popular little route. Oh, I've only got 30 minutes. Jesus. Oh, there's loads of cars going down there. I'm never going to be able to cut in there now. To hell with it. Let's go the wrong way. It'll take a bit longer. Okay, is it rerouting me? No. It tells me to do a bloody U-turn. Ah, come on. You got this. Oh, similar ETA, well. Yeah, 15 minutes now. That's added a few more minutes onto the journey. Oh, what's this fucking thing? Oh, Marion Road. Okay, let's keep going. We're going to turn right down Simmons Court Road. I've actually been this way before, coming from work. I'm not going to work though, am I? Okay. Can I turn right here? Yeah, I can. The Clayton Hotel. I think I might have stayed there a few years ago now. How many years ago would it be? 15 years ago? I don't think it was called the Clayton Hotel then. Oh, this area is Ballsbridge, by the way, where all the embassies are. I'm going to hang a right here though. Down Simmons Court Road. So this is the RDS. The Royal Dublin Show, is it? Something like that. Loads of cars coming this way. I'm going to have to wait. Luxury begins once the tea is brewed. Really? Join us for afternoon tea. Sounds like a nice idea. I don't really drink much tea actually. Not sure why. I think a lot of it's just habit. Tea's alright. I tried the old, when I've been stressed in the past, I tried the old chamomile tea and all that sort of stuff. It's quite nice. I don't know if it actually works or anything, but it's quite nice. We're not able to turn in, there's just too many cars and not a big enough gap. I can see the row of cars coming to an end though, so I should be able to turn soon. Oh man, there's just so many cars. Wow, what the hell is going on? Right, I'm going. Oh dear. 14 minutes. I'm not worried if I'm a bit later than the 10 o'clock. I think as long as you've got a booking, that's all that matters. Hopefully there's not too many people with dodgy laptops going there today. Got a few speed bumps around, as you can see I'm accelerating up to them. As you can hear, I'm accelerating up to them. Oh yeah, and then yeah, slowing down when I get there. Oh, that was a bit hard, that one. Went a bit fast. Let's slow down for this one. Oh, that's better. Oh man, I hope I don't hit any cyclists. So I was talking about hitting cyclists the other day, and with one the other manager, to one of my managers. And quite casually he said, oh yeah, my brother was on a bike and he got hit and killed. Oh, yeah. That wasn't a great day, really. Interesting car in front of me, an S500. Oh, it's one of those, a UK cherished plate. C1 Mog. These initials, I wonder. It's a nice car. I mean, front plates and S-classes are lovely, but looks a bit over the top now, if I'm honest. What sort of message are you giving people? Says he in a 5 Series. Well, I don't know, it's in a different class than this car anyway, that's for sure. And it looks quite new as well. It's definitely clean anyway. Cherry picker there. I wonder where he's going with that. Interesting little junction here. Where it goes, nobody knows. And I'm going to go for the middle lane. I'm going to go straight on at this junction. Yeah, let's go the middle lane. Just overtaking the Mercedes. Oh, and there's an i3 BMW. Oh, a CD. Called Diplomat. I'm not surprised. It's a Diplomat's car. But it's it's electric. It's the i3. Yeah. Wonder what embassy they're with. I think it's the American embassy. Certainly in the UK, they were notorious for, and they never pay any parking tickets or parking fines. They just never pay any. Yeah, the actual diplomats and the families, they just don't bother. And at one point, I think there's the British in the US, they'd run up some fines, and they had an agreement then, the Americans and the British, to pay them. So Britain paid all the fines for their embassy staff in the US, and the Americans said, we're not going to now. They sort of, pulled out when it came to their turn to pay for their staff's fines. They said, nah, we're not going to pay that. Yeah, I mean, the reality is they're not above the law, diplomats. Although they're given certain privileges in the countries that they're in, and then they can lose those privileges. They can be taken away. And if it's a serious crime, it's like murder or something, they're not going to. It's very rare that the home country won't say, prosecute them. Some of the more, shall we say, unsavoury countries might recall the person, which isn't very nice. But I think, they're not completely immune from prosecution. But the speeding fine and the parking ticket thing is a little bit, it's a bit awful. It's a bit rubbish. And we're talking a lot of money. It was quite funny though, they come to an agreement and the British paid for it, and then the Americans said, no, we're not going to do it now. I'm sure it's not the first time they behaved in that manner. And why? Well, because they can, I suppose, can't they? They can do what they want. Look at Trump. He's the king of doing what he wants. Saying what he wants, Wow. What a guy, eh? And he's orange, of course. Yeah, an overgrown Oompa Loompa. Yeah, I mean, did anybody tell him how he looks? You'd think he'd have some, what would you say? Somebody honest enough to tell him. Yeah, I think it starts there and it goes downhill with him, doesn't it, really? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm not a big fan of Trump. I'm not saying I'm not a huge supporter. But there's just a few little indicators that he is an arsehole. Let's not forget his successes. He's been extremely good in business. He did inherit some money. And I think he went bankrupt, so he managed to come back from that. And I've seen his hotel in New York. Looks lovely, inside and out. But he's got definitely that style that obviously works in business, and it's very brash as well. Now, you could put that down to being American, because Americans in general are brash, especially in business sense, in a professional sense. But he probably takes it to a whole new level. And to be voted in as president, and we all know why and how it came about. I don't think it was a bit of a shock, I think, for most people. But these things happen, don't they? And you know what? You can't say he's the worst president ever, because there's been some awful ones. Absolutely awful ones. So I'm certainly not going to say he's the worst. Is he the most dangerous? I actually don't know. It's hard to say, Look at this liar now. It must be queuing soon. I'll be going down the engine. Let's let us go. Sorry about that. I was just concentrating again. Things I keep doing. I'm a lunatic, aren't I? Concentrate when I'm driving. Wow. So yeah. Trump is an arsehole, and it's just his whole behaviour and demeanour. That you don't have to be. There's no real doubt in that. And is that going to make him a bad president? No. There's been a few arseholes. George W. Bush, he was a big arsehole now. And I mean, in some ways his stupidity and his just lack of anything made him a perfect president. Because I'm sure his advisors and everybody else was really running the country, weren't they? But reading a children's book during 9/11, what an arsehole. And then what was he saying? They'd finally, there was success that the war on terror was over, or mission accomplished, that was the phrase, wasn't it? Yeah, he went after the wrong country, didn't he? Well, he's hardly going to go after Saudi Arabia, is he? But what the hell? What's Saddam Hussein? What's he got to do with it, He used to like him as well, anyway. He used to supply him with stuff, guns, I don't know. But everybody turned on Saddam Hussein. It was sort of strange, you see. It's strange how politics is, in the sense that no one liked Iran, after the Shah was deposed, toppled, and the rise of sort of fundamentalist thing going on, still goes on to this day. Iran was the big enemy, and Iraq fell out with Iran, and they were fighting, and you know what? The West got on the side of Iraq, and they supported Saddam Hussein. They gave him help, they gave him assistance, and then give him training and everything else. And not long later, they fucked him over, didn't they? And now let's be very clear now. Saddam Hussein was an arsehole, and he was a particularly vicious, cruel dictator. And I hate giving any credence to dictators in a sense, because I think the whole thing is shit, isn't it? But he brought stability to the area, and something that's gone, that we don't really have now, all this time after he'd been executed, So he got done over on the 9/11 thing, and I mean, Osama bin Laden, he's in a cave doing videos. We gotta find this guy. He's, the guy responsible. Well, I'm sure if he ordered anybody to do it, he was Saudi Arabian. That's the first thing. He wasn't an Iraqi anyway. I think most of the terrorists were Saudis, and But I'm very rich, of course. I mean, that's the key, isn't it? We know why Saudi Arabia is very rich. It wasn't by selling pencils anyway. And a very good ally, very good friend of the Americans. The Americans quite happy to overlook all the human rights abuses because it's good for business. Hey. So they went after Saddam Hussein, didn't they? And then the Osama bin Laden, they went after him, didn't he? And he was living up in Pakistan, in a nice big compound. It wasn't hiding in a cave at all. It was quite cosy, really. So it just signified the relationship Pakistan has with the rest of the world. And I don't think the Americans said anything to the government in Pakistan when they decided to attack his little luxury penthouse compound, Osama bin Laden. And he wasn't going to take him alive anyway, that's for sure. No. But yeah, and yeah, he was a Saudi, of course. So what an interesting world we live in. So that was George W. Bush, and his daddy, George Bush Senior. He's only died recently. He was good age though. Lost the use of his legs before he died. He was in a wheelchair. He had a little penchant, his little thing where he was just at the right height for squeezing women's bottoms. And his MO used to be if he was posing for a photograph or he was with a group of women, he used to say to them, "Do you want to hear a joke?" And they go, "Okay, yeah, what's the joke?" "Do you know what my favourite magician is?" And they'll say, "No." "David Copperfield." And then he'd grab them by their arse. Yeah, God bless America, eh? What an arsehole. And anyway, he's dead now. But yeah, it's crazy things. So that was George Senior. He was also the one for the was he for the first the first invasion of Iraq? Yeah, because Iraq, yeah, they took over Kuwait, a little gem in the middle of the Middle East, a very rich one. I wonder why he decided he'd do that. And there's always probably more than meets the eye to these things as to why somebody like that does what they do. But yeah, that was a disastrous thing. But they stopped short of properly invading Iraq. They only went as far as to free Kuwait on that occasion. Yeah, that was the first war, of course, to be televised live. You know, to be cameramen. Was he in Kuwait? I don't know where they were now. They could have been in Kuwait, they could have been in Baghdad. But when they started bombing, and you could see the bombs coming, they go, wow, 1 a.m. in the morning, UK time, whatever. Yeah, it's live on TV. Yeah, not a big fan of that. And then other presidents have been arseholes. We can't forget Bill Clinton, Arkansas. I always found his voice a bit irritating, his accent. So he was interested in that one of his assistants gave him a blowjob in the Oval Office. And she kept the dress, of course, which is quite sinister, without cleaning it. Maybe she thought she might need that one day. These are the sort of people that work in politics, eh? So Billy Boy, Bill Clinton had that thing a lot of powerful men have. He struggled to keep his dick in his pants. Quite notorious, his behaviour. I do believe he didn't get impeached, and he sort of got away with it. I think his definition of sexual relations might differ from most people's with that woman. Hillary was very forgiving, wasn't she? Wow. What a political dynasty, eh? But, so I think, I'm not sure if he became a registered sex offender, actually. I'm sure I saw a sign, maybe it was doctored, in Arkansas, where if you have a person's name who's a registered sex offender on a sign or anything, you have to mention it. And I think there's a road in Arkansas that's named after Bill Clinton, and there's a little plaque underneath saying he's a registered sex offender. So, I don't know. Anyhow, yeah, so Bill Clinton, I do apologise if I've got any of the facts incorrect, but they're online if you want to read them, get the right facts. But just give you the gist of American presidents. So who we got next? Well, Ronald Reagan. I remember him quite well. He's the sort of first American president I remember. Obviously, in media and stuff. And this is going back to the 80s. At the time, he was the oldest ever American president. So he's now been superseded by the Trump. And yeah, interesting guy, Ronald Reagan. A cowboy, an actor. Yeah. Maybe that's what you need to be a president. There was during a very difficult period, the 80s, with Russians and everything else. which had been simmering since the Second World War, really. And a few times there was always a feeling we was going to head into nuclear apocalypse, which we didn't, of course. And I think it all changed when the Berlin Wall came down, and then saw the breakup of the Soviet Union. So yeah, but I always felt Ronald Reagan was an arsehole. He did get shot, of course. The last American president to be shot. Obviously now they keep him well away from the public at all times. That seems to be the best MO with a president. Whatever you do, don't let him anywhere near a member of the public, because you never know, one of those fuckers might have a gun. But yeah, so he got shot. Very interesting. He very nearly died, but he didn't. The bullet was lodged. It was actually a ricochet off the armoured door frame of his car. His security team took bullets for him that day, and his one was a bullet that bounced off the door frame of his car and got him in the chest, went into his side. And I think what was interesting was because it had ricocheted, it was a distorted shape, and it was spinning, and so it was pretty bad. Okay, we're in Dundrum now, but he'd say a few things off the record about bombing Russians, and he obviously was starting to suffer fairly early on in his presidency. He was starting to suffer from dementia. There was telltale signs going on, and it wasn't. It could have been related to this bullet. They often say that the metal that was in the bullet. Obviously, some of it found its way to his brain, even though they did remove the bullet. I'm lost now. I'm in this car park again. Do I go around again? I'm gonna go up. But he does. He's a president in an altered state, and I wonder about that. His personality and things, his ability to make decisions. I do wonder more the emotional side of the illness, the disease. He did live a good life. He lived until his 90s, but he deteriorated very rapidly after he left office. It does make you wonder, the decisions he made, could they have been affected by that? And I suppose, I'm nearly there now, I've only a couple of minutes. I can't not mention Tricky Dicky Richard Nixon before I park the car up. Tricky Dicky. Yeah, his personality was very interesting, and he did a lot of good things, and they'll forever be overshadowed by his ridiculous behaviour. Some of his staff went to jail for a long time, and he got pardoned, didn't he? Wow. He got pardoned. Does make you wonder, doesn't it? Yeah. Right, I'm just at I'm at -1. This is the Marks and Spencer level. I think I'm going to park here. I like it here. Marks and Spencer's. Is that a parking space? Oh, it is. Right near the door. That's handy. I might pick something cheeky up on the way out.